Imagine waking up at 45 years old. You're in the house that you paid for, sitting across from the woman you gave everything for. But she isn't looking at you. She's staring at an old photo on her phone. Or worse, she's lost in a memory from 20 years ago, with some lowlife who treated her like trash, but whom she never stopped loving. You look in the mirror and realize you're just her consolation prize. You were the guy who was there to pay the bills, to heal the wounds that another man left on her, and all while she's imagining being in bed with him, and not with you. You've worked for decades. You've spent years hustling and grinding, and yet you're the second choice in your own home. That is fucked up, bro. Why did this happen to you? Because you ignored the red flags. Because you let her into your life when she couldn't even get that other guy out of her head. I'm Lewis, and today we're going to break down the 10 signs that your chick hasn't moved on from her ex, and why, if you don't open your eyes right now, you're going to end up as the clown in the imaginary story I just told you. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to identify a chick who isn't ready to be with a man of value, and you'll learn how to build a character so solid that no woman would ever dare compare you to her past. So if you want to stop competing with ghosts and start being the master of your own life, stay until the end, bro. Signal 1. The ex still occupies space. Bro, this is basic. If her ex's name comes up in conversation by accident, if she follows him on social media, if they get along, or if they're still hanging out under the excuse of being friends, get the hell out of there. Biologically, women stick with the winner. If she hasn't erased that loser from her life, it's because in her head, he's still the one in charge. The ex belongs in the past. Period. If there's contact, there's a chance. Don't be a spectator to their next night of passion. Signal 2. The comparison. Even the positive kind. Oh, bro. She says I'm so much better than him. Watch out. If she compares you, even to say you're attentive and he wasn't, it means her point of reference is still that guy. You aren't an upgrade of her ex. You are a new man, a beast who only came to fill the void she feels. If she uses you as a savior, the gentleman her ex never was. Be careful. She hasn't forgotten him yet. Signal 3. Reactions to the ghost. If that guy suddenly shows up at a party or in a photo, and her body language changes, if she gets nervous or tries to look better to catch his eye, you've already lost. A woman is obedient to her man, even when he isn't there. If she reverts to old behaviors just because he's nearby, it's because she's still keeping an emotional seat warm for him. Respect yourself, bro. Signal 4. Digital spying. If you catch her checking his stories or asking, I wonder what that guy's up to, it's not curiosity. She's still hooked. It doesn't matter if she says she hates him or wants to see him fail. Hate is just love, disguised as resentment. If she's spending mental energy on her past, she has zero energy to build a future with you. Signal 5. The widow syndrome. This is the most dangerous one, bro. If her ex passed away or the relationship ended due to outside forces, she's going to canonize him. She'll put him on a pedestal of perfection that you, a real human with flaws, will never reach. You can't compete with a ghost, because ghosts don't make mistakes. Don't be the second option meant to replace a guy who doesn't even exist anymore. Signal 6. The emotional handbrake. If she tells you, I've been hurt too much, or I'm afraid to let my guard down, what she's really saying is, I'm going to make you pay for what he did to me. She's using her past as a shield, so she doesn't have to give you 100%. Bro, you are not a rehab center. If she hasn't healed her wounds, she needs therapy. But she shouldn't use you as a free therapist, only to damage you emotionally later. Signal 7. The kids or dog excuse. Pay attention here. especially with single moms or exes who share assets. If the ex has constant access to her under any pretext, communication will reignite desire. Where there was fire, ashes remain, and those ashes can burn your relationship down. If she doesn't set surgical, clear boundaries, the ex will always be the third passenger in your own car. Signal 8. The open wound. Maybe she doesn't talk about him, but she gets depressed with certain songs, gets melancholic with movies, or gets angry at men in general. If she's dragging around a negative emotional response, it's because she's still tethered to the pain he caused. A woman who hasn't overcome the pain hasn't overcome the man. Signal 9. The hope for transformation. She's holding on to the fantasy that the ex will change, that he'll stop drinking, leave the other woman, and finally be the man of her dreams. If she still has hope that he'll become a man of value, she's just waiting for him to come back so she can leave you. You're guarding a spot that doesn't belong to you. Signal 10. Your male intuition. If you feel like you're competing with someone who isn't there, trust your gut. If you feel like there's a third person in the bed, even if no one is physically there, it's because her energy is somewhere else. A man in war mode trusts his balls and his intuition. If you feel like it's trash, it's because it is trash. If you realized you're suffering from any of these 10 signs, here is your step-by-step plan. Days 1, 2, and 3. Silent observation. Don't say a word. Just watch her reactions and comments. If the ghost of her ex appears more than 3 times in 3 days, you have your answer. Day 4. The confrontation of value. Set clear boundaries. Tell her, I don't accept your ex being a part of our life or our conversations. If you can't close that cycle with him, I'm closing mine with you. Have the balls to say it, bro. Day 5. Respect audit. Delete photos, memories, or any bullshit she's keeping of her ex in your space. Your temple is respected. Day 6. Total focus on you. Go to the gym, work on your project, raise your value. Make her see what she's about to lose because she's still stuck thinking about her ex. Day 7. The final decision. If there wasn't a radical change in her attitude, walk away. You're better off alone building your empire than being second place in the life of a chick who doesn't want you. Bro, the world is full of women who actually know how to value a man in his prime. Don't waste your time trying to revive an emotional corpse. You are a man of purpose, a man of war. Stop being a chick's second choice and start investing in the only guy who will never fail you, the one you see in the mirror, you. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe and hit the bell. We are forming a legion of men who don't accept anything less than what they are worth. Smash that like button so this message reaches that bro who's currently crying over a chick who's thinking about another guy. And if you're ready for the next level, I'll see you in the next one. And give it your all in war mode.